Big changes to recycling, affordable housing, and green check. All this and more on this week's edition of Lexington Now. I'm Neil Noah, and this is Lexington Now for the week of May 20th, 2019. Recent changes in global markets have made it necessary for the Division of Waste Management to make changes to Lexington's recycling program. Jennifer Myatt explains.
I'm Jennifer Myatt with Lexington's Division of Environmental Services, and I'm here to talk about the recent updates to our recycling program. As many of you have probably heard, Lexington is not currently taking paper products for recycling in our blue recycling carts. The reason behind this is that there isn't anywhere for us to give our paper products to or sell them to at the moment. And so we're asking people to throw those items in the trash until we have somewhere that can recycle our paper. Until then, we would like to encourage everyone to continue to recycle everything that we're currently able to recycle in our blue recycling cart. We are still taking cardboard boxes and pizza boxes that are clean. We can also still recycle glass bottles and jars, steel and aluminum cans, and plastic bottles and jugs that have necks. So please continue to recycle these items, even though you might have to throw your paper in the trash for a while we find new markets to send our paper to. We'd also like to encourage everyone to reduce paper use as much as possible, and we have several tips for this on our recycling updates page at lexingtonky.gov/recycleupdates. So I encourage you to visit our website and visit us on social media at LiveGreenLex for more tips on how to reduce your paper usage and recycling in Lexington.
For more issues affecting the environment, visit lexingtonky.gov. Last year, the Urban League celebrated 50 years in Lexington, and their great work continues with the opening of a new affordable housing unit. Here's more.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you all for coming out on a Friday morning to join us for this very special occasion where we're going to dedicate these units that we've done here on Ash Street. The Urban League got into the business of doing affordable housing back in 1986. Since that time, we've done about 263 units, about $27 million worth of physical assets. Councilman Brown, if we zero in on this corridor, we've done 47 units from, if you start from where they intersect down here to the end out here. 47 units we've done here. It was a year, exactly a year ago today, that we announced our Don Ball affordable housing campaign. Those people who stepped forward and contributed to that campaign ended up with contributions and pledges of $1.2 million. So to those people, we are especially grateful. And for those who made those contributions, we want you to be here today so that you can see your dollars at work.
We are celebrating a tradition that began over 50 years ago today. The tradition of the Urban League of Lexington, Fayette County, making life better for folks in Lexington. The Urban League is all about affordable housing, job training, mentoring, leadership, education, and much more. Lexington would not be the city it is today without the contributions of the Urban League. So I congratulate PG Peoples, the mover and shaker of the Urban League. You can take that title, PG. And I also want to thank Norman as well. These two gentlemen, along with their partners, have a passion and a love for what they do. and it's all about making our community better. Because of the work of the Urban League, 260 plus families have affordable housing. We're about to add several to that number. These units are unique. If you haven't been in yet, be sure to go in and tour around. They are a little larger than most of the affordable housing that's available, and they are so important to people who have larger families. The city is a proud partner in this project. We started our Affordable Housing Fund in 2014, and it has been going strong ever since. We've worked with developers like the Urban League to create or preserve about 1,563 affordable housing units. Apartments, townhouses, single-family homes. These units represent an investment of $13.2 million in city funds, plus leveraging $122 million in private funds. The vast majority of the units are designed for households with incomes at or below 60% of the area annual median income. That's just over $33,000 for a two-person family. We still have lots of work to do in affordable housing, and we are so grateful to have partners like the Urban League, like the Housing Authority in Austin, to help get this job done. Thank you all for being here.
This is an important day for this neighborhood, for this community. Myself and Councilmember Josh McKern both represent the Georgetown Street Corridor. And I think today's dedication is important as we provide not home ownership, but just residential opportunity for folks that live in this community, that want to stay in this community, especially with the family sizes that these units will be able to accommodate is very important. The Urban League has been doing a lot of work for a long time, providing opportunities for families. And for this organization to keep moving forward and providing opportunities for people and families in our community, to provide an opportunity for them to have opportunities in the future, I think is also important.
On three. 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you very much.
Going green when we come back.
Hi, my name is Cassie Bell, and my family was saved by smoke alarms installed by the Lexington Fire Department. I heard about the program that the Lexington Fire Department offers through word of mouth. I wanted to make sure my family was safe, and the program being 100% free definitely allowed me to feel okay about calling the fire department and having that installed. About 2 o'clock in the morning, I woke to the loud beeping. Went down my stairs, and not only was my kitchen filled with smoke, but I had flames going up my wall. By being awoken to the beginning of the fire, in essence, I was able to put out the fire myself. It was good and loud when I needed it. I was grateful to have 6 working smoke alarms. I have 2 daughters, 18-year-old Madison and 14-year-old Allison Bell. We easily could have been a statistic. I would not have woken up until something if I would have even woken up, until something major would have happened. And for the Lexington Fire Department to offer the installation of not 1 but 6 working fire alarms, smoke alarms in our home was something that I was just immensely grateful for, and I want to make sure that other families know about this great program.
Welcome back to Lexington Now. The city's certification program, Green Check, is designed to help businesses build a sustainable business model. Noelle Osborne explains.
GreenCheck is the City of Lexington's Green Business Certification Program. It's open to all businesses located here in Fayette County, and businesses can apply usually in late September. There's about a month for the application window. They apply online, and the City of Lexington will select about 8 to 10 businesses to go through the program that year. Once the business is selected, they sit down with me and we go through a 5-page scorecard that covers various areas of sustainability. We assess where that business already is and we set goals for that business to work on throughout the program. Once the business reaches a certain score on the scorecard and has hit all of the required items, they become a member of GreenCheck. Now we do have different levels, member, bronze, silver, and gold. And we're actually here at Broomwagon Bikes and Coffee, and they are a bronze member, and they were certified in 2017. A lot of businesses will definitely look at energy efficiency, for example, because that generally drives down costs for running a business. So businesses tend to replace a lot of their light bulbs from CFLs to LEDs. They try to use daylight space whenever possible by turning off the lights. This is actually a fantastic room for that. A lot of windows and things like that. Once a business becomes certified, we maintain a relationship with that business. We check in frequently to see if there's any new initiatives or just check in to highlight different things that they're doing via our blog. We put it out on social media on Live Green Lexington. We also try to plan activities to keep the businesses involved, such as GreenCheck exclusive tours of the recycling center, wastewater treatment. We went out to the solar farm last fall. That was pretty exciting for the businesses. So we try to offer different things to keep them involved, but also just to check in and see what's going on and help promote what they're doing that's sustainable. So when they're going through the program and even after they're certified, and actually any business that is looking to be more green, everyone can go on the GreenCheck website, which is at lexingtonky.gov/greencheck. They can go on there and click on the resource tab, and we have a plethora of information for businesses. We've got recycling guides, we've got information sheets on how to be more energy efficient, water efficient, things like that. There's also links to other programs like the Citizens Environmental Academy, where to buy local, things like that. So anyone can go on our GreenCheck website and get more information on how to green up their business.
Usually when we think of pets and weather, cold is what comes to mind. But as we head into the summer months, it's important to remember that if it's too hot for you, it's too hot for them. Here's more.
Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
As the temperature continues to rise, many people are doing more and more outside activities.
And like a lot of us, we like to spend our outdoor time with our pet. But we as humans take all kinds of precautions. Hat, sunglasses, sunscreen, a bottle of water. We sometimes forget about our four-legged friends like Max here, who are wearing a fur coat 24/7.
To get some tips on how to help your pet beat the heat, I stopped by the Shaybell Veterinary Hospital for some advice.
The time that we see the most heat strokes is now, and so you would think June, July, August, but when dogs aren't acclimated to the weather and the weather changes, that's when we start seeing heat strokes. So April, May, I typically see more than the hottest months, which is kind of surprising. And so make sure fresh water is available. Don't keep them out, if it's over 70 or 80, limited exposure. If you have a very active dog, kind of limit their activity in the heat of the day. Brachycephalic dogs, so dogs with squish nose, Bostons, pugs, boxers, they don't handle the heat well. And so I wouldn't take them to the dog park or running or any outdoor activity, and from 10 in the morning till 5 at night on hot days, because they just can't tolerate the heat. In the heat of the day, keeping them on the grass is better than the hot concrete. Some dogs shouldn't be walked in the heat of the day just because it burns their pads, and so definitely stay off the black asphalt. Sometimes concrete is not terribly as hot as black because it doesn't attract the heat, but grass is going to be better for sure. The big thing to watch for is excessive panting is kind of a first sign. So if they can't get comfortable and they're trying to lay down and kicking their feet out and panting a whole lot, they're restless because they're getting overheated. A lot of times their gums will be really pink and injected, and more so than normal. Extreme cases, you'll start seeing vomiting, diarrhea. A lot of times they can have blood pass in their stool. End stages or convulsions can even cause death. And so if you start noticing that, you need to cool your dog off pretty fast and get them to the vet.
And if your pet's like Joey here, who likes to take long summer drives with his head out the window, you gotta make a plan to make sure your pet spends no time in an unattended hot car.
The hot weather becomes crucial time for animal welfare. What you want to make sure you always have handy is extra water for your dogs and cats. If you keep your dogs and cats outside, you want to definitely have an area constructed where they have adequate shade. And it's essential in this time of season not to leave your dogs or cats locked in hot vehicles. A lot of people just want to spend as much time with their beloved pets as possible, so they want to take them on errands with them, which we totally understand. But sometimes you do need to leave your pets at home or with trusted friends and family, because they can overheat really quickly in vehicles, and it is something that we do respond to. So we can potentially go out if your dog is in your car unattended. If you absolutely have to take your dog or cat with you in the car, make sure you have visible food and water present for them. It's not uncommon for us to do a temperature reading inside of a car and it to be above 100 degrees. So it can be extremely hot in there. That's why animals can get into stress a lot hotter, and especially a lot of small breeds that have more breathing issues can get hotter and into stress a lot quicker. So it is something we see very common. So it is important to just leave your pets at home if you can, but if not, always have that food and water available. Every call that we respond to is situational. We do respond to every single complaint that we get, anything animal related, but especially when it's animal welfare concerns. And it just depends on a lot of different factors, how much history we have with that particular person, what condition their animal is, how bad distress they're in. If it's something that can be fixed through education, we always want to do that. But if it's something that's beyond the point of education, then we do have every right on a cruelty case to issue a charge and seize the animal if we have to do that. But we prefer to work with the public and educate them to try to make sure that if it's a pet that they love, that they keep it home but in compliance. We rely 100% on the community to call us and tell us whenever they see an animal in distress, in danger, trapped, or possibly being abused. So please call us at 859-255-9033. That's where you'll get to our dispatcher, and we do have an animal control officer working 24/7. You can always visit our website for information, which is www.lfacc.org, or go on our Facebook page, but those are not for emergencies. If you have an emergency with an animal in distress, you should always call us.
Here's a look at this week's televised meeting schedule. That's all for this week. You can keep up with us on social media and check out the latest traffic updates on Twitter at LexRex, or catch our live traffic cams on LexingtonKY.gov. For the staff and producers at Lex TV, I'm Neil Noah, and that's it for now.